Hogwarts Legacy. A game I was honestly expecting to be disappointed in, but was left with the hope that there's still great games being made to this day. Hopefully, I got my fingers crossed, man. Released February 10th, 2023, just a little over a year ago at the timing of recording this. I first heard of this game from that leak back in 2018 showing some test footage in like a theater and some dude was recording it on like his phone. It was pretty rough footage, honestly. It was a pretty rough video.
Of course.
I was excited but a bit skeptical at the time because honestly, 2018, I thought Harry Potter wasn't really a thing anymore. Like, yeah, they had the Fantastic Beasts movies and those were pretty good actually. And they had like that mobile game with all the crazy microtransactions in it and shit. Yeah, I'm not even gonna get into that. I'll say at first, I was a smidge disappointed that the game took place in like the late 1800s. It wasn't closer to like the first Wizarding War or something. But honestly, in the end, I think they made a great choice to not do that because you create your own character. You're in this world that you don't know this person, you don't know these professors, you don't know these other students, you don't see Dobby the house elf. It's like your own adventure,
You
and
give as good
that's
as you get.
something I've come to really appreciate. The controversy this game first faced when it came out was so fucking dumb, man. Like, it didn't even have anything to do with the actual game itself or the game developers. It was just some shit J.K. Rowling said on Twitter, which I'm not going to get into in this video. That's not what this is about. But in the end, I don't think it hurt Hogwarts Legacy in the slightest. If anything, I think it might have helped it a little bit. Not that it needed it anyway, honestly. Taking place in the late 1800s, you are on your own wizarding adventure. Not having established characters makes it feel like you're truly on your own journey and discovering you have a hidden magical ability and you are kind of your own chosen one in this world. Battling goblins and dark wizards, you must find the secret behind this ancient magic. While attending classes at the prestigious Hogwarts school with characters like Sebastian, Natsai, and Poppy, and some wizarding names you might recognize like Professor Weasley and the headmaster Phineas Black, which, by the way, is voiced by Simon fucking Pegg. Literally did not know that until I started doing research for this video. The two main antagonists are Renrock, leader of the Goblin Rebellion, and a lovely feller named Victor Rookwood, who just leads a group of dark wizards. This world is atmospheric as hell. Just flying around on your broom and just looking at the beautiful landscapes, or just like exploring the castle. Just exploring the castle and looking at like all the paintings and like all the different stuff you can interact with. It's honestly intoxicating at times. It's absolute. I'm speechless on how much fun you'll have just wandering around. And I'm not a big puzzle guy. Like, I'm not really into puzzles and stuff like that, but I have absolutely fallen in love with just walking around and solving puzzles in this game. The world is very alight with life, from many things from general NPC chatter to decorations and like the paintings that are animated like you see in the Harry Potter world. It's truly awesome just walking around the castle. They did such an amazing job capturing the elegance and like atmosphere of the Hogwarts castle itself. You will spend hours just walking around being like, oh, there's the grand staircase, or like here's the Quidditch grounds. You will spend hours just being like, oh, here's this, there's that. It's absolutely intoxicating at times. Or like I said in the previous segment, I absolutely love just walking around and solving puzzles in this game. And I'm generally not the one to do that. I find them very tedious most of the time. The combat in this game is nothing to scoff at neither. If you ask me, it feels kinda Souls-like with all the dodging you can do. I hope nobody rips me a new one for saying that. That's just what I think. The combat is super tight and responsive with intuitive spell combinations. You will spend loads of time just figuring out different combinations of spells you can use on enemies. And of course you have plenty of tools you can use during combat, like you can throw Chinese chomping cabbages or use a mandrake to like stun your enemies for a few seconds. There's plenty of potions you can use, like of course you have a Wiggenwell potion you use for health, and there's other potions that decrease your spell cooldown. There's one that gives you like rocky skin and then increases your defense. My biggest complaint of this game would be a lack of like karma system. I know you can't see me, but I put air quotes around that. But a lack of a karma system, like, yeah, there's times where you can be kind of mean, like, for example, that one girl, you can take her gobstones, but are you really evil for doing that? Do you truly feel like an evil character doing that? That's about as evil as you can get. Like, at the end of the day, you are a good guy in this game, and you are trying to save the world. You're trying to help your fellow classmates. You generally don't have options to be mean. Or like using the forbidden curses, for example.
Ramrock said so.
Besides like Natse and Poppy being like, hey man, you shouldn't do that. That's not cool. There's really no consequences for it. Or, well, you have Sebastian who encourages it. Anytime you cast a Avada Kedavra, he's like, hell yeah, mate, do it again. This could just be me being spoiled by like games like Persona, but I feel like they missed a huge opportunity with some light social sim mechanics or whatever you want to call it. Like, you have character quests for these people, but like none of them feel meaningful. You don't feel like you are bonding with these characters. Like, you get to know them, like you help Poppy rescue animals and you learn how much these animals mean to her, and how much she wants you to help her with these animals, and how much she wants to help the hippogriffs, for example. Like I said earlier, there's no real consequences for using like the forbidden curses. Like, if you use one in front of Poppy, she's just like, hey, don't do that, man. That's not cool. That's about all you get. Like, I feel like someone like Poppy, to her character, if she's seen someone using a killing curse, she would not want to have anything to do with them. She wouldn't just be like, you know, that's kind of messed up. You probably shouldn't do that.
In light of that,
this may sound silly, but I wish there was more conflict between like the houses. Like, plenty of times you'll see like Hufflepuffs hanging out with Slytherins,
I'm not sure.
which is fine. I know just because you're a Slytherin doesn't make you evil, but there's no conflict between them. Like, you don't ever see like a Slytherin like bullying like a Hufflepuff kid, being like, you stupid Hufflepuff, haha. You don't see stuff like that. Generally speaking, everybody in this world, is just super friendly. Especially like the students. Like, none of the students are really mean to each other except for that one girl who has her gobstones taken. There's really no like conflict in the castle that you see. The future of Hogwarts Legacy as a series could honestly go anywhere, but considering how much of a freaking smash hit this game was, I'm fairly certain there'll be a sequel of some kind. The lack of plans for DLC disappointed me at first because, you know.
Shut up and take my money!
But I can't help but feel like that's a good thing. Hopefully it means they're putting more love and attention into the sequel, and hope to everything they aren't trying to make it a live service kind of game. As of now, I am very hopeful for the future of this series. To sum it up, this game is absolutely incredible. You will spend hours exploring, looting, and defeating enemies with your variety of spells and abilities. And now, we just wait until they decide to bless us with the sequel before... I hope y'all enjoyed the video. This is my first attempt at a retrospective kind of video. Very much still learning how to properly edit, but if you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, and subscribe.